Okay, so Santa Cruz Powerply. You already know that because you clicked on the video. This is the 8-inch Tom Asta model. And this is basically because I spent 20 minutes watching his Instagram, at least it was probably like 45, just watching all of his tricks and how rad he is. And I was like, I have to try this board. And this one is also the taper tip. So it's like insanely pointy. Pointiest board I've ridden in a while. Anyways, let's get into this because I'm not like 1,000,000% sure what the Powerply is all about. It says chip resistant. I don't chip boards anyways, and I'm not planning on intentionally shooting this into walls. Some people are gonna do that in their videos. I'm not the dude that just like makes a video about bashing a board. Okay, so it doesn't say anything else, just chip resistant. However, I remember when I was reading about them, it also says that the noses and tails stay stiffer for longer. The wheelbase on this is 14.3, which is a little bit longer than what I've been riding. The length is 31.7, which is pretty much exactly the same as what I've been riding. But let's take a look at how much steeper this next deck is than what I've been riding. Right there, can you see that space between the nose and tail? So that's like a good few degrees. And that's gonna be a massive difference compared to what I'm used to. The concave is not much steeper. The concave on this Santa Cruz is a good medium. So let's get this gripped and set up, and then you can take a look at these crazy pointy tips. I honestly don't think it's gonna register, but it looks like a surfboard. No, it doesn't do it justice. Let's see if we can find it from a different angle. The tail is super pointy. It doesn't do it justice, you guys. It looks much pointier in person. Like I said, a surfboard. Teeny weeny tail. Whoa. Okay, frontside flips. I like a mellower kick feel for frontside flips. Yeah! Switch frontside flips, I love a setup like this. You know what I bet you it's gonna be awesome for though? Hard flips. Yeah, super sweet for them. First two were just my personal failures. Those take effort, but I knew I could do it. And you know what else is I'm not having to switch this board around. Like I'm not having to do switch hard flips or switch 360 flips off the tail to get more leverage. Tom Asta would have done it first try. Oh, I almost ate my board. My elbow took it really bad though. Ow! Oh. I've been on this board for a week and a half now, and I'm finally getting used to it. I rode it on the Thunders at first, and that was what I needed to do, because you know what? It was so steep, I needed the lower trucks. However, now that I'm used to it, I've done my classic truck switching, truck madness. I got some indies on it, and I'm actually starting to like it better. The manual point has improved. I've gotten used to it, so I'm not getting ghost pop as much, and I'm actually finding the pop to be fantastic. It's really nice for certain tricks, like here's one for example. It is good for them. I was right. Explosive pop is what I can really say about this board. Like, it's great for that, but it does tire me out during the sessions. And in fact, my calves have been a little bit sore because it's literally like every session is like being on a Stairmaster. That pop, however, does make for good clips, but it can take a few more tries to get them because my consistency goes down with having to try so hard. I also find that the pointiness can make my heel drag a lot when I'm trying to do my slide flip tricks out. The fact that this is an 8-inch deck also exaggerates that. And another thing that feels a little bit less stable is crooked grinds. It's a little more likely to slip off. But as you can see, still totally manageable. All right, guys, I'm tired. And in all honesty, I haven't even been able to make it a full 2 weeks on this board. Although I've been skating it almost every single day. You know what? It's just too steep for me. Like, it makes me tired and I lose too many tricks. However, I want to get into the actual Powerply technology. I think actually the technology is really good. So I haven't tested it for chip resistance, but I think it's pretty darn good. Like, I don't know. That's not doing too much. There's the damage from those 2 hits. So it didn't chip, it just sort of, you know, got a little mushed. Scrape it up. All better. I feel guilty even doing that. But what I mean though is, so not so much the chip resistance, but like the fact that it keeps the tips really stiff. So the nose and tail have stayed super stiff this whole time. And some of you might be saying, yeah, but any deck would stay stiff over 2 weeks. No, not really. Like, I mean, it hasn't changed the way it feels at all. And it still sounds way stiffer, crispier, like a higher pitch than any other deck. Anytime I get on to any of my other boards, even a brand new deck, they all feel dull, like it's a letdown. So what I would say is the technology is amazing. I think if they had these with a shorter wheelbase or a mellower kick, I would love to try another one. I think they're great boards. But this model has just been way too much for me. Like, I just can't skate it, to be honest. However, if you have some snappy young legs, I don't know, may as well give it a go, because you really can get some good pop off this. As for the taper tip, I'm more of a blunt kick guy, but I did like how agile the taper tip feels. I think if I was skating an 8.25 or an 8.38, it wouldn't bug me at all. But being a 10.5 shoe size, definitely I lacked a little space. Anyways, in spite of how tired it's made me, it's been a fun board and I give the technology a thumbs up. I would definitely ride another Powerply if the shape was more to my taste. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. If you were wondering what the Powerplys are like, well, that's my experience on them. I hope you found this video useful, and till the next video, you guys, go skateboard. Anyways, this video's over. It's done. I've got 3 more things to film. I gotta go, you guys.